welcome back to my channel. Today we're checking out some more Xenoverse 2. Gonna be continuing on with the DLC parallel quests that just came out. It'll probably be a little bit after by the time this video gets up, just because there's so many and we're only like halfway or so through them. But we'll be doing 167 today. Hopefully we'll be able to get the moves and whatnot. And I will put up the clear condition on the screen once ever I figure it out. But let's get into the mission. Fighting for Family. A Videl quest, I believe. But I'm honestly pretty excited to get into posting some videos once I get done with the parallel quests, because I have played some of the DLC characters by now, and everyone I've played and everything I've tried so far, I've really liked. And I think the new ultimate move, like almost every super attack that was added, looks good or is fun to use in some way. I'm really excited to see what people do for combos and whatnot with all the new stuff. I feel like there's a lot of opportunity. Especially with like the new Vegeta has like a move that links into like so many super attacks, so that's really nice. I'm thinking about putting that on my Super Saiyan 4 build. And I also might use that Vegeta Ultimate on it. It doesn't quite work because I believe it's Strike Ultimate. I haven't fully looked yet, but I usually don't care too much about completely min-maxing. I've kind of made my build maximum for key damage, but I will make my build have like strike moves or whatever. I'm not too picky. Also, they finally fixed that move because my god was it awful after they nerfed it. I don't know if it was a glitch or a nerf, but when it would just like leave the opponent right there afterwards and it just left you open for a guard break, it just sucked so much. Plus also showing off, I don't know if I've ever played with this build before on my channel, but it's basically an evolve / blue build. I forget if I have evolved or just normal blue on at the moment. But then it has the Kaioken attacks on it, so it essentially lets you use temporarily blue Kaioken on your custom character, which is really clean. Just finish that off the same move. That is still super broken. Even when this move sucked, I kept it on this build because if you just guard break someone, you can just spam that move on repeat, kind of like Sledgehammer, and just do insane damage. I also generally don't use my custom characters online though, so that's why you'll see quite a bit of cheese on a lot of my builds. Like I was just kind of spamming that move there, and like I use Handy Cannon on like my main Akami preset on her like default beast transformation, which is like turned out to be her base, which I didn't even really like beast when it came out, but the way it looks on my custom character, especially the female Saiyans, I think it looks kind of goofy on the male Saiyans because it gives them like some rounded like eyes and whatnot. Oh no, that's dangerous. It gives them like some rounded eyes and stuff and doesn't look very clean, but it looks perfect on my custom character, especially like because my character already has super long hair, so it looks like it just goes up and essentially gives you that spiked hair feeling, even though there isn't really that in the game. You can just kind of achieve it through Super Saiyan 3 and a little bit less so with Super Saiyan 3. It would be really cool. I really want to see like Super Saiyan 3 on different hairstyles and stuff, because a lot of like the non-canon like variants we get, like I know some games have had Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta and they essentially just put their hairstyle over it. I think Vegeta's was slightly different because it has his hairline and whatnot, but it'd be cool to see different hairstyles and stuff. That was one of my things that I really liked about Trunks, and just like the hybrid Saiyans in general, is their hair changed, so it gave... Oh, I wasn't sure if I was supposed to break my guard there or not. But yeah, anyway, the hybrid's hair would change, and it looks really clean. Especially like Trunks had quite a few haircuts that I really liked. I wasn't a super big fan of how he came back in Super with that hairstyle. His design overall wasn't my favorite. He had some outfits I like I do like the green sweater. It looks better in the games and stuff. In the anime, it didn't look very good, because when they did like the bulky transformation for Trunks, it looked awful in Super, in my opinion. But that was kind of the point when there wasn't quite as much budget going into it and whatnot. But and Trunks looked pretty clean. And I did like his rage transformation, as ass pull as it was. It did look clean, and I liked the aesthetic that they went for with it, like the kind of berserker mode and then like the blue aura over the Super Saiyan. Looked clean. We got Boo coming in here. Wasn't expecting that. I don't know if I didn't really pay attention to who was on the mission list. Oh my god, am I gonna get caught? Thank god. I was gonna say if I get caught in another ultimate attack like that, that'd be so brutal. Kick him away. Charge. I wasn't sure. I was gonna go for a 4 times because I probably could have landed it just on the knock way down, but figured I'd play safe. Might actually have to use heals, which I ain't got no shame for. No evasive. Nice. Man, sometimes the DLC, like, AI is so smart and it, like, completely destroys me. Other times, I also just wasted that key. And other times, it's so brain dead, and they just, like, don't evasive out of, being attacked by an ultimate or something. Which is actually something I do see a lot on, like, new players play the game. Like, one YouTuber I watch pretty consistently, plays the game, and I actually really like his videos on Xenoverse. But my god, just because I don't think he plays that often and takes breaks in between and stuff, he just like forgets the most simple things and like barely uses evasives and stuff until he like gets reminded to, essentially. So it's just really funny, and that the bots essentially do what people do sometimes. But Xenoverse I also found to be a pretty weird game to get into control-wise, especially because I went Kakarot. I believe Kakarot was my first Dragon Ball game, and then I went into Xenoverse 2. I think that's the order it went. Well, actually, maybe Jump Force I might have played, like, Dragon Ball characters. And I'm not sure if I played like a emulated version of like older one. It was like took place in like early Dragon Ball, like against King Piccolo and stuff, and it was like a side scroller type of game. It was really fun. It's actually one of the better games I've played overall. I really liked how it went, because it did have like a 1v1 mode on it as well. That was pretty dope. It wasn't super advanced, but for the time, and I just really like early Dragon Ball, so it was really cool to see. But on the console, I started with Kakarot. Maybe Fighters, but I think I did it on Kakarot and then went into Xenoverse. But just going from Kakarot into Xenoverse, I hated Xenoverse the first couple times I played it. But once I got used to it and then went back to Kakarot, I hated Kakarot because that game has like super armor constantly, and you kind of just have to like spam a lot more, and you can't do like a lot more combos. And I find Xenoverse replicates, well, almost replicates the Dragon Ball fighting style very well. It depends how some people play, so they essentially spam key attacks way more. But if you actually focus on combos and just doing like full combos and like extending them and whatnot, it does feel like you're actually playing the Dragon Ball characters. And like the characters are really similar in this game, but their combos are different enough, and like their super attacks are different, and it does give you a feeling of playing the different characters. It just sucks like when some characters have like that move, or like the beam attack, or like just really basic stuff like consecutive energy blasts or stuff like that, where it's just a lot less unique for the characters, which sucks because a lot of like lower tier characters in this game kind of suck in the way they're designed because they're so like old and they launched with the base of the game in Xenoverse 1 essentially. But like for example, Android 18 and like Videl are essentially what some people would consider like more throwaway characters in the pack, but they're designed so well and so in depth that it doesn't feel like that, and it they actually feel really unique to play, especially when every character has like some sort of like unique gameplay aspect to them. Just really cool. I'm really excited to get used to all of the new moves and everything, because I think they did as annoying, and I will give this to anyone playing right now, it's so annoying with the servers right now since the PS5 update, but this DLC in general is so good, and I'm really looking forward to the next stuff. I'm sad I can't share it, but I did play through the story mode completely now, and it was fantastic. The first one is essentially like the first Broly movie, but with you as kind of the lead, and that's just really fun, and like the ending cutscenes are really cool and stuff. And then we got like a what if like Goku stayed in Zamasu body when he used the Super Dragon Balls to switch, which also really cool, and it ended up with a really cool cutscene. And then we got the like Vegeta as the god during the movie Battle of Gods, which was really cool. And then we also got like stuff with God Vegeta and God Goku, which was really cool. And I'm glad they didn't just stick to the new Vegeta form just because that's what came out. They actually let them have like God Goku versus God Vegeta in actuality, not like his kind of scuff form. Because as cool as the like Goku Black moves and the Vegeta moves are, I honestly hate the design with like the crystal and whatnot. And the whole idea of supervillain characters is kind of one of the weaker aspects of Xenoverse in my opinion. I think they could do much better things if they had like What Ifs, where it was actually just characters interacting. But they kind of use it to just like balance the scaling of characters so they can have different things interact, which is fair, but kind of sucks at times. We'll heal up. I also don't think he can, but it would suck if Videl died and I had to restart. I am, so far while playing these quests though, it seems like whoever's in charge now over there is definitely making the quests not annoying to play. Because they know you're gonna have to repeat them and stuff, and like, it just makes for a bad experience when you just have to like defend a shitty programmed AI from not dying or not doing stupid shit and locking onto enemies and ruining your combos and whatnot. Also, for some reason, I knew that we like passed the finish point already, but I thought there was gonna be someone else who showed up. I'm not sure why. It was just go on and Videl kind of training out. I guess it is Xenoverse. Half the time people get knocked down and stand back up 3 times in one fight. Which I actually don't mind, because I like the Xenoverse combat, and I hate when the missions kind of are like one fight and then it's just over. Like when there's a little bit more to them. Especially when like they transform through forms and stuff. Yeah. I'm actually... This was a pretty cool one actually, Videl like training with Piccolo. It's a pretty cool concept. I was always sad Videl kind of got pushed to the sidelines after her introduction. But I think that'll be pretty much all for this video. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys all later. Peace!